Now on Coast TV News.
Milford Makeover.
It's something that would be very purposeful.
A 4-store rooftop restaurant and apartment project could transform downtown Milford.
Georgetown's comeback.
I worked my way from there to a better place.
One local organization's commitment is to the community.
Wind power pushback.
We're supposed to take into account foreseeable effects.
Plans for offshore wind hit a speed bump, what some locals are saying as others remain silent.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
This ocean view may soon be changed forever. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with a legal battle involving the offshore wind project.
Plans have been in the works to add wind turbines along the coast, and while DENREC gave the green light to U.S. Wind, some people telling them to hit the brakes. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe joins us live in Fenwick Island. Kevin, an appeal was brought up today to fight that decision.
Christina, this appeal is asking for DENREC to show all the information they received before approving U.S. Wind's certification. It's the offshore wind project that could change the ocean view forever. And Ed Bintz doesn't want to see a bit of it obstructing his view, or as he claims, hurting wildlife.
Potential damage to marine life, which seems to me to be real, based on what I read. We've got the aesthetic damage of, having to look at these 938-foot towers that are very visible.
On Tuesday, Bintz went before the Delaware Environmental Appeals Board to discuss the problems he says he saw in U.S. Wind certification of consistency with the Delaware Coastal Management Program.
We're supposed to take into account foreseeable effects.
Although the certification was approved, Bintz, who was once a tax lawyer, believes there wasn't enough information given about the environmental impact. And after today's meeting, the board agreed.
It should include emails and other correspondence and discussions and factual correspondence with U.S. Wind, the information that was before DENREC when it was making its decision, so that we have it and we can make our case that we think the determination made by DENREC was incorrect.
We tried contacting DENREC for an interview and they didn't respond at all. But towns like Ocean City and Fenwick Island are making their voices heard, loudly opposing the offshore wind project entirely. Meanwhile, locals who do support the project seem to be keeping their mouths shut. Now we talked to a business owner here in Fenwick Island who told Coast TV she's actually for the offshore wind project, but didn't want to say anything on camera in fear of losing customers due to how political this has gotten. The Delaware Environmental Appeals Board ultimately decided to agree with Bintz and is now requiring DENREC to provide everything they considered while making the decision to approve U.S. Wind certification of consistency. From here, they will decide if this project is environmentally safe or not. Kevin Zappe, live in Fenwick Island, Coast TV News.
Thanks, Kevin. And just earlier this month, you saw on Coast TV News at 6, the town of Ocean City rejected U.S. Wind's $20 million investment to support local commercial fishermen. Mayor Rick Meehan saying, quote, "Just as we have stated that Ocean City is not for sale, the Watermen's Association has clearly responded that they are also not for sale," unquote. And U.S. Wind says that money would have gone toward grants and harbor maintenance.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know what matters the most when it comes to offshore wind discussions.
Let's take a look at the updated results from last news hour. You can see most people, 69%, saying environmental protection. This actually changed from earlier. Some people were saying energy independence. A few say public transparency or local job growth.
If you haven't voted yet, if you want to be part of this discussion, go to coasttv.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. We will show you updated results tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
Now you're looking at the location of a small vacant lot on North Walnut Street in Milford. For the past couple of weeks, it has been drawing some debate.
The proposal is for a mixed-use building with up to 16 apartments and several businesses. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Milford. Emma, the building would be taller than most in downtown.
Charlie, across the street from me is where this building would go. The height is really what's still up in the air here. When they last met, the city approved the density for this building, but did not approve the height. The developer is proposing it as a 4-story building. Things could change tonight, though. There is a city council hearing on this that started just a few minutes ago at 6. The plans include for up to 16 apartments and a rooftop restaurant or bar with another potential business in the basement. The applicant says the apartments would be affordable, saying he's striving for sub $1,000 one-bedroom places and sub $1,400 two-bedroom places. Some locals we spoke with are on board.
There are a lot of people looking for places and they're having a really hard time. And due to the cost of living and the expenses, that it's necessary. It's something that would be very purposeful.
Today, Emma spoke with the woman who lives right next door to the land that is being discussed here. She says she's all for it and that the city needs more dining and entertainment. Again, the city will be discussing this. They are right now in Milford. Also in Milford, city officials will hold a budget workshop ahead of the start of the new fiscal year. According to the agenda, officials will discuss expected revenue. Officials will also take a look at the draft budget for City Council. That workshop taking place tonight at 7.
And staying in Milford, what's now an open field along Rehoboth Boulevard could soon become Milford's newest public park, or it could also remain untouched. Council members are voting tonight on the future of Deep Branch Park, a project estimated to cost more than $3 million and take about 5 years to complete. The plan has drawn mixed opinions from neighbors, some saying the area could use a new park. Others are worried about traffic, safety, and the fact that the land sits outside of city limits.
I know folks out there would like, to see a park closer to them, but we got to benefit all the citizens of Milford. And I think there's a lot of other locations we could look at within city limits that money could go towards.
And we are told the park would be funded in part by state grant money that's already been accepted, but that money could be reallocated if the project is scrapped.
And moving over to Lewis, one proposal could change the old Lewis Dairy into a new neighborhood. Here is a look at the site plans for the neighborhood, which would bring 8 new homes to the lot off of Pilot Town Road. Currently, that lot sits roped off, unused. We spoke with multiple neighbors in the area today. Some say they're concerned with possible infrastructure impacts, while others say they wouldn't mind some new neighbors.
I believe that there's going to be need for more services, and I don't know what the town is going to do, but I hope that we don't end up with high taxes or more expenses.
It's hard to believe that coming from 8 houses, plus it's a largely developed area already, so it's not like you're going to be losing a lot of the permeable land.
Lewis city leaders held a public hearing over the site. No final decisions have been made on that proposal yet.
And a traffic update for people driving in Lewis. DelDOT says shoulder and lane closures start today for Comcast fiber splicing. The agency says the roads impacted are Savannah Road, Old Orchard Road, West Coates Road, Marsh Road, and Clay Road. The closures begin tonight at 9 p.m. and they last until Wednesday at 6 a.m. And now here's a live look outside into Lewis. Our first alert chief meteorologist Paul Williams is going to join us now with a check on the weather. Paul, it's going to be really nice and sunny the next few days, right?
She said, wishing on a star. See, you got to love Christina because she thinks everything will bend to her will. And I'm sorry, but unless you will have to deal with some scattered showers and cloudy skies, we are going to see some sunshine on Thursday. So you did get a little bit of your will there. But for tonight and for tomorrow, we stay cloudy with a chance of scattered showers, temperatures in the low 60s. We're at 63 in Georgetown as well as Milton, and we're at 63 degrees right now in Lewis. Small craft advisory, a bit blustery along the beaches for right now, not only in Lewis and Rehoboth, but also Ocean City, down towards Chincoteague, and including the Cambridge area as well. Here's a look at why it won't be so sunny or bright, because we have rain that's on the way and more that we expect for tomorrow. We'll skip Thursday, Christina, for you. But then we're going to go back to that rain again, probably on Friday, Charlie.
Nice there, Paul. A new way to catch crime in Rehoboth Beach. The city has installed 4 AI-powered cameras throughout the town. The cameras can identify the make, model, color, and license plates of a car. Police Chief Keith Banks says they aren't surveillance cameras that are monitored 24/7, but rather a tool to help officers investigate quicker. And Banks says it's already proved to be a major help in just the past month.
It really has it's helped us identify a couple hit and run accidents. We had a description of the vehicle, so we were able to sit there and check our cameras and get at a good tag on that, and was able to solve those cases.
Some neighbors say they might be too much, saying they're not sure Rehoboth has enough crime to justify it. And when there is, it's not on the roads.
Well, we are just getting started tonight at 6.
A new license plate helps animals in need, what it'll cost you, and where to get it.
And for the next few days, an umbrella is required for your wardrobe, Christina and everybody else. And I'll show you why when we return.
But first, Community Action Agency's 2024 impact throughout the state. We'll look at that as Community Action Month comes to a close. That story when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
You're looking at some canned goods at First State Community Action Agency's on-site food pantry. It's one of the many resources the organization provides for people here in Delaware.
May is known as Community Action Month nationwide. Just last week, Delaware legislators made an official proclamation recognizing Community Action Month in the First State.
Coast TV News reporter Zakia Jennings is live in Georgetown now. Zakia, you sat down with the local organization's executive director today.
Christina, Charlie, I talked with Bernice Edwards about the nearly 60 years of service First State Community Action Agency has provided throughout the state. I also spoke with someone who Edwards says is a prime example of what community action is all about.
All the way down, all the way here, two kids eat whatever they want.
Linwood Pitts is explaining what happens when you come to First State Community Action Agency's food pantry in Georgetown. Pitts works as a maintenance man and helps with the food pantry, but his journey to get here was not easy.
I was homeless. I was staying at the Pallet Village. Then I worked my way from there to a better place.
Executive Director Bernice Edwards says community action is all about giving people a hand up, not a hand out.
If you teach a person with the necessary skills, we know that they could move on to the next level, and that's what we do. Our programs extend from youth programs to senior programs. We have, as I said, we have 20 different anti-poverty programs.
As Community Action Month comes to a close, Edwards says there's one more thing she would really like to focus on in the future.
I want to see how we can, with those communities that we work in, how our kids, because we do a lot of prevention, we want to make sure that our kids get a fair chance.
Helping people move forward in Georgetown. First State Community Action Agency will be celebrating 60 years of service in November. Live in Georgetown, Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. Listen, if you're such a crazy golf man and fan, you're going to go past forget it, because it's going to be rainy, cloudy, windy, everything with a Y except Sunday. Well, we've got mostly cloudy skies just about everywhere. We've got a little bit of rain here or there, sparsed here and there throughout this evening. And to be quite honest, between you and me, the rain showed up a little bit earlier than it was supposed to. It's supposed to show up maybe late tonight, but like now, right now, dinner time, you know, it's just crashing the party, pal. But that's okay. We're at cloudy skies right now in Ocean City, and we're waiting for the rain to arrive there. But it is quickly on the way. We're looking for it by 7 o'clock. A couple of sprinkles are there already, according to our dry tech numbers. Now, as you take a look at where we are currently, we're at 61 degrees in Rehoboth and Indian River Inlet. We're about 5 degrees warmer than that, for example, in Redden. And we're at 63 degrees in Millsboro and 64 currently Laurel. The winds, onshore winds right now coming off the water, picking up just a little bit more in the way of moisture that way, although the rain and the storm is coming from the west. So we're going to make a sandwich between us, all right? And we are the meat between the sandwiches, okay? Between the bread, rather. We're looking at scattered showers sliding across throughout Seaford already, starting to manifest throughout Georgetown. Towards Ocean City right now, we're starting to pick up a sprinkle or two. Now, we're not looking at any stormy weather, but we are looking at steady downpours. Different between the two. You know, one, we're worried about the rain and the wind and all the other stuff that comes with it. But right now, we're just talking about good old-fashioned showers. That's just kind of pedestrian at best. 59 to 58 degrees overnight. That's what we're expecting. And when you begin to kind of tabulate the rain, remember not too long ago, we were overly concerned about the possibility of drought. Well, we're 3/4 of an inch higher than we would be normally for just the month alone. Now, when we take that into account for the entire year, we're over 2.5 beyond our normal. So for this year, we're at 18.33, but normally we should be about 15 3/4. More on the way. You see, by the end of Wednesday at 7:30, we're looking at nearly an inch in most locations. Then Thursday, we get a break. That's how Christina gets her sunshine day, okay? But then we go back to reality for Friday, and we have another inch of rain at least added in most locations, according to our earliest run. And here's why. We see widespread rain for Wednesday, okay? Wednesday mid-morning, more rain. It's 5:30, more rain. Temperatures in the lower 60s. We see it break up for late Wednesday night. And then from Ocean Pines down to Snow Hill, rain starts at 7:30 in the morning, including Ocean City, by the way. And then we progress to lunchtime. Heavier downpours, particularly at Pocomoke, Snow Hill, Newark, with the wind still coming out of the east. And we're looking for a heavier downpour by 3 o'clock for Ocean Pines, Ocean City, Berlin. And then it starts to taper off right around 6 o'clock. We'll still see some spot sprinkles here and there. As far as the winds are concerned, I'm looking at the winds to really begin to cut up for us. By the time we get into, let's say, Wednesday night, we're going to get to about 30 mile per hour winds. But lots of rain possibility for us on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Another round of scattered showers, because here's Friday and where we're going to be, and here's Saturday where we're going to be, and then we catch a break on Sunday. Finally, here's a look at your extended forecast.
Thank you, Paul. There is a new way to support the well-being of animals in need right here in Delaware. The state is introducing the Animal Welfare License Plate. Take a look at this thing. As you can see on your screen, it is a colorful plate featuring several animals, including dogs, a cat, and a rabbit. It costs $50 with $35 going towards the state spay and neuter fund. They are available for purchase through Delaware's DMV.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. It is the last week of high school sports on the peninsula, and a trip to the state championship is on the line in DIAA softball. A local team will make it to the biggest stage as two of our Henlopen squads will be competing against each other in the semifinals. Number 9 Sussex Academy will take on number 12 Sussex Tech. The Seahawks escaped by 1 against Laurel in the quarterfinals. The Ravens had the biggest upset of the tournament, taking down number 4 seed Lake Forest 15-0. As for Smyrna, they have a tough task. The Eagles will take on number 2 in the Caravel Buccaneers. Caravel has won 4 straight state championships, but Smyrna looking to pull the upset in the semifinals. State championships on the line. We will have highlights of both of these games tonight on The Final Score at 10:30 p.m. To the gridiron we go. We're now 5 episodes deep of Into the Trenches, a new voyage. Last week, Cape Henlopen fell to Hodgins Votech in a heartbreaking loss. To see how they bounce back, you can tune in this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for episode 6. Make sure you check it out on the Delmarva Sports Network, free over the air, and on DSM+. That'll for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Let's take a look outside, and Laurel, we're still staying a bit on the cloudy side. Overcast conditions will continue with a few lingering sprinkles here and there tonight, and then we go full-out rain going into tomorrow. So it's starting to make its way here. Now, we do have some gusty winds along the shore, so keep that in mind. Carl Pierce of Rehoboth, you're our umbrella winner. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, and here's a look at your 10-day forecast.
All right, thanks, Paul. Thanks so much for joining us for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.